Robynn AI models a high-performing marketing team with deep digital marketing expertise and experience to implement an effective and evolving marketing outreach. Unlike legacy platforms with narrow bolt-on AI features, we start by building a deep understanding of your products first, your competitors, your market, and your communication style. The overall business knowledge is then used by a network of highly specialized AI agents that we have crafted that work collaboratively to implement specific marketing objectives. SEO, GEO strategies, customer outreach across all mediums, targeted campaigns, feedback loops to gauge effectiveness, strategy enhancement recommendations. These are some of the examples of tasks that the agents can perform. So let's see how Robynn approaches critical tasks using knowledge to plan and drive the actions. We will start by first discussing how content is created today. A common practice to write an article, create the text in ChatGPT, maybe Anthropic Claude, go to Gemini Nano Banana to create a video or maybe some social media post, and then use a tool like Webflow to publish it and then finally track it with Google Analytics. Robynn, in this case, will start by building a brand book and then perform GEO and SEO research. Post that, we will create an entire content strategy and execute it. Execution also involves listening, learning, and recommendations to continuously improve the overall plan. And Robynn's user interface paradigms model a playbook and includes a human-in-the-loop safeguard before critical actions like publish are taken. So let's take a look. Robynn starts by giving an overview of your brand health signals. What does my domain rating look like, and so on. And if I choose to double-click on the brand monitor, I can see then all the signals, both about my brand and my website, from an SEO perspective, from a GEO perspective. I can also see the mentions in the social media, as well on the web, about my brand, about my competitors. Even at this first overview, it's easy to see a range of beneficial actions that can immediately be taken across the team. Now, if I dive into the Brand Hub, you will notice a few things. Robynn has captured all the details that matter about product as well as brand. It knows about the visual identity, the voice identity, as well as the brand story and the pitch. It knows about the products. It knows about our overall brand strategy. But more importantly, it's also connected to different knowledge sources. For example, I could have multiple websites all connected here to the exact same brand book, and it's learning from every single one of those connected sources, including documents. But most importantly, as marketers and as brand owners, not only I can edit all of these details, we can also go in and specify certain rules and guardrails and ground truths that the agent will always follow. For example, don't use certain words because there might be some history or nuance to how we operate as a company. In addition to that, the agents will also reflect on the signals and actions. And then every morning you'll get an email and you will also see suggestions over here of certain learnings that it found, which could then be turned into additional rules that it's recommending. And then if you accept it, then you can use it by all the agents within the platform. So now that we have an understanding of the knowledge within a brand book, let's put it to use by creating a content strategy and plan using SEO and GEO that is improving over time. We combine agents and knowledge together to create playbooks. For example, Robynn provides multi-channel campaign playbooks, account-based marketing or ABM playbooks, ad generator playbooks. We are going to look at a content campaign playbook driven by SEO and GEO. The content campaign playbook uses an SEO agent to do a deep and thorough data-driven SEO analysis about the keywords, the keyword difficulty, the data volume, the cost per click, anything that an experienced marketer would do using tools of the trade like SEMrush, Ahrefs, and so on. Similarly, there is a GEO agent that does research across ChatGPT, across Perplexity, across Anthropic to tell us how our brand is being represented against our competitors and what are some of the things that we can do to increase the visibility in the LLMs as well. Now note that the SEO and GEO agents are far more effective because the brand book provides a deep context about the overall business. If we had started with a simple web page or an article, the context would have been very narrow and insufficient. These two research then streams into an input for a third specialized agent, which builds the content plan. The agents are infused with deep marketing domain expertise based on the knowledge of Robynn founders, and consequently, Robynn knows to use things like a hub and spoke framework for content, which works very well in certain use cases. Now let's look at the plan that this agent created for us. A marketer can now easily review the content and the metadata associated with it that Robynn has recommended based on his research. And for each one of these, I can now instruct Robynn to generate articles, which will create the outline and then the final article. So in this case, I've created this already. But that article is always in the tone and voice that is captured in the brand book. Let's look at the details. When the marketer now invokes the fully immersive writing mode and further refines the article, add anything that improves the article, this is a good illustration of the human in the loop Robynn paradigm. Agents do 90% of the work, the 10% of the differentiation comes from the marketer. The AI is deeply embedded in the writing mode. For example, the marketer can invoke commands like, give me a cover image for this article, which is exactly what we did over here. But in this case, maybe we also want an infographic. So I can say, give me an Now notice that the AI assistance is very effective because it has the same tools, it has the same skills of the marketer, but more importantly, it has both this article as well as the entire playbook in its memory, as well as the brand context. And this would have typically required jumping across multiple systems and interfaces. And of course, after you're done with it, you would then go in and maybe publish it to another platform. Here, we are doing it in one single place. Everything that started from SEO and GEO research. Now, once I'm happy with the article, there are a couple of other things I can do. One, I can generate a derivative content out of this, which could be social media and so on, which is all connected to this entire strategy and research. But more importantly, I can also publish from here, which then takes us to the different connected systems that organizations can connect to. For example, Webflow, WordPress, HubSpot, and so on. And what you see here is a small subset because that's what's enabled in our organization, but we can publish pretty much to anything that has an API. So over here, we went from research all the way to writing, to fine-tuning, to publishing. And here, we can also now work as a team to start planning and organizing this entire content across the team calendar. Now, of course, the last mile over here is after this has been published, because it's connected to Google Analytics, it now also starts to listen to and report how effective our content is, what is working, what is not working. And then based on this, every morning you can go back into the brand book and you'll see the reflections with recommendations on what it wants to do to continue improving the overall campaign strategy. Robynn is adaptive and self-learning, and you can see these in the rules that start to show up or reflections every morning. And notice that this is just one specific use case of what you can do with the brand knowledge and cooperating and self-improving agents. Hopefully, you saw the difference between legacy systems with bolt-on AI versus the systematic top-down approach of Robynn. Our goal is to create a thoughtful, deliberative, intentional marketing teams with the help of agents. Robynn playbooks combine knowledge, which is the brand book, cooperating highly specialized agents, human approval, and constant feedback, analytics, and listening to deliver a marketing presence linked to business outcomes. All of this quickly and significantly cheaper than building a big team of digital marketers. Now, what we demonstrated is a very small subset of what Robynn can do for you. In addition to what we just saw, there's a host of product features, which includes GEO, SEO signals that we saw, but also competitive listening, building out additional sub-brands of brand book, collecting marketing or market signals, and interaction within and outside the brand. You can build end-to-end account-based marketing or ABM campaigns. You can build email sequences, find segments of users, and build out highly personalized content packs for every specific account. And then finally, of course, the entire system is connected to all of your other marketing tech stack. So you can query it, you can build reports, and then you can, based on that data, continue to act upon them. Robynn AI platform exploits cutting-edge AI to enable a new way of running marketing across your existing tools. You don't have to replace it, but now it gives your team superpowers so that you can do better brand awareness, generate more pipeline at 10x the speed, and maybe at 1/10 of the cost. If you have any questions, feel free to go to Robynn AI and talk to our inbound agent over here, and it will help you answer questions as well as book a time with the founders and, of course, other people within the team. And this is also one of the agents and one of the features that's currently within the Robynn platform. Thank you.